Hey, it's Kyle, and today let's talk about one thing Americans do better than any other country in the world, and how it's made us the place you need to be if you want to be rich. Steve Jobs was famously fired from the company he started, to later being brought back in to turn it around. Apple is a giant among American consumption. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school 3 times. Today, he's the most famous director in Hollywood. Tim Ferriss was turned down by 25 publishers before his book The 4-Hour Workweek changed the game for entrepreneurs. Henry Ford started 2 car companies that went bankrupt before founding the Ford Motor Company, which brought the automobile to every home in America. What these and millions of other success stories in the US have in common is one trait allowed in the US and shunned in many other places in the world. It's no wonder the US has more millionaires and billionaires than any other country. The US has 41% of the world's millionaires and 26% of the world's billionaires, while accounting for only 4.2% of the world's population. The secret to this massive success is failure. Americans fail more than any other country in the world, and that's what has made us so great. Countries like China and India, with their tradition and views on failure, creates a society that drastically limits those who fail. That has limited many from even attempting second chances. The Chinese equivalent to Jobs, Spielberg, Ferriss, and Ford wouldn't exist because failure would have tarnished them permanently. It's not to say you have to be perfect to succeed in these countries. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba and the second richest person in China, applied to Harvard 10 times and was rejected 10 times. KFC came to his hometown, and there are 23 openings and 24 candidates. He was the only one who was rejected. He applied to 30 jobs and was rejected from all 30 opportunities. But that's a rare occurrence, and his embrace of American entrepreneurship helped him become a rare success story. For every 559,000 Americans, there is 1 billionaire. In China, 2.9 million for every 1 billionaire. In India, it's 10.2 million for every 1 billionaire. Although failure isn't ever a good thing to anybody, we embrace it so much that we give people second, third, fourth chances. Our bankruptcy laws reflect the societal notion. In many other countries, you're either arrested, sent to prison, or killed if you go into bankruptcy. In rare cases, your honor is tarnished and only suicide or exile might be completely appropriate. But not for us. You go bankrupt, you just start a new company and you're all good. For all the books on success, there should be a book about failure. It wouldn't be a bestseller, but it can teach us a lesson about life. Success is an illusion where we believe if we do it this way or just copy what we see from others, we'll just be as successful. But we never see all those late nights, failures, ego-driven downfalls, and tears. That's why failure is important. In many other places, you have to either be born rich, be incredibly lucky, or just about perfect if you want to succeed. Americans added failure to this equation and it changed the whole game. Our society is built upon failure as a lesson for life. The way we set up our regulatory system encourages risk-taking where anybody can start something and become a millionaire or even a billionaire. Many other countries in Europe and Asia perform this mix of socialist and communist policies that discourage failure by making it very hard to even compete. Without competition, the average person can't move up the ladder. Regulation, as I've noted in another video, hurts the middle class and actually keeps the wealth at the top. Many are stuck in the middle class or left in the dust, carried by the huge welfare system that has engulfed the rest of the world. With the coming US presidential election and the economic welfare threat posed by Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, we might just lose that one aspect that has separated ourselves from the rest of the world. Failure is the greatest gift you can ever receive, and our country has embraced it. In many other places, failure is the end. In the US, failure is just the beginning. It fuels motivation, inspiration, and innovation. Without the ability to fail, we'll have a world where only one way and one type of person would actually make anything work. A cookie-cutter approach, if you will. That's how socialism works in other countries. Americans are made up of people with contradicting views, different personalities, and various visions of the world, and they all work here. People with Elon Musk's personality, to Warren Buffett's steadiness, to Kanye West's controversy can all be recipes for success. That mix of personalities and approaches creates innovation, a maverick attitude that generates change. And it all starts with our country's ability to fail. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, so leave a comment down below. How many times have you failed? Don't forget to like and share this video. Remember to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you stay up to date when new videos come out. And lastly, if you want to fail your way to success and learn how that approach can benefit you forever, read The Gift of Failure by Jessica Lahey. I'll leave a link down below. Until next time, keep failing.